name's Journey, and I thought today I would do a chit chat about horror films I watch around autumn and Halloween time, and also just have a chat and a catch up while I do a get ready with me. Today I thought I would do a really quick get ready with me. Literally eyebrows, eyes, that's it. Whilst talking about my yearly horror film watch list. I'm a massive horror film fan. Like, Halloween is my favourite season in the whole entire world, so what a better way to do it than give you guys a watch list of horror films. Range from pretty tame, mild horror films to like what I class as quite scary horror films, I guess. There's a whole array. I watch horror films all the time, so hopefully I give good recommendations. Whether I do or not is a different question. I never really do full face makeup because I can't. I have really sensitive skin, so I find foundations really like burn my skin, I guess. Probably because I haven't found the right one. I'd love to wear foundation because I get really pink red cheeks, as you can see, and this is just due to me cleansing and moisturising my face, which is really annoying. So I usually use, I'm not in any way, shape or form am I a makeup expert. I literally use a broken mirror. I'd love to get more into makeup. I used to be really into SFX makeup. I prefer creating makeup than just doing everyday makeup looks. I will actually be investing in some more face and body paint palettes to get back into that. Heavily inspired by my childhood friend Natasha, who also has a YouTube channel on here. She's amazing. She probably won't watch this, but I'll leave a link. Heavily inspired because she's doing a 30-day Halloween thing, and some of the looks she is creating is making me want to get back into it. I used to do it loads. I used to do horror themed face and body makeup. So I'm going to start off with my eyebrows. I use the Revlon Colour Stay Soft Black, that's what it's called. And then, oh my god, this palette is disgusting, but it's my favourite palette, and it's the only palette I actually have because I used to wear loads of eyeshadow, but recently haven't because due to work I don't really have time, nor am I allowed to wear makeup at work. So I have this palette. I got it years and years ago, and it's just the Hello Queen. Yeah, it's just, I use the black on top of my eyebrow pencil for my eyebrows. I actually need to shave down my eyebrows, coming back, and they're coming back with vengeance. So I usually have quite a pointy eyebrow. Oh my god, are you joking? Let's get this off. Oh. Yeah, that's off now. Oh. Yeah, don't have any way, shape or form I do my brows. I just do them and hope they look alright. So, starting with horror films, I'll start off with my favourite horror films and then sort of speak about them, I guess. So, my all-time favourite horror films are Midsummer, Terrifier and Malum, or The Last Shift. I also like Hereditary, which is by the same director who films Midsummer, but my favourite, I'd say, out of all of them is Midsummer. I've got a Midsummer tattoo. That doesn't mean anything because I've got an Art the Clown tattoo as well, but the way I think it's pronounced Ari Aster, I might be wrong, the way he films, oh my god, if you haven't, but if you're a horror fan you probably have, watch Hereditary and watch Midsummer. They're massive films. And he also directed Beau is Afraid and it's called like There's Something Wrong with the Johnsons or something. It's like a really short film that's a really like effed up film, but it's good, but not in a way that like it makes you really uncomfortable. And I find that all of his films do that. But Midsummer's my favourite out of all his stuff because of the fact that it's got a little polter in it. And also, no, I'm joking. Well, you say that, I'm a massive fan of Will Poulter. I have been in love with this man since I was 7 years old. I watched him in Son of Rambo when I was 7, when it came out, and I have been in love with him ever since, really. That's not going to go back up there, so I'm going to just put it down here for the meantime. But the way it's shot is just so like, it's, oh my god, it's beautiful. Like the colours, oh my god, like how colourful it is, and the aesthetic of the film is like, it's gorgeous. But when it gets to the horror, it kind of, I find it slaps you more in the face. Like the first time I ever watched it, it made me really unsettled, especially the opening bit. And she cries and then it morphs into music, like for some, like it made me so uncomfortable. And I've never like been super uncomfortable at a film. I guess the only other film that made me really like go is There's Something Wrong with Kevin. Is that what it's called? If it's not, I'll pop it up. But it's got that Ezra Miller in, who is now a nutcase. It's, yeah, it's such a good film. And Florence, it made me fall in love with Florence Pugh. She is she's so good in it, but she's good in a lot of like all the things that she's in. But in Midsommar, oh my god, she's insane. The whole cast is really good actually. A scene that really effed me up was the bit where her sister, there is a massive spoiler warning, so I'd skip ahead if you don't want to hear any spoilers, but her sister obviously unalives herself and then ultimately unalives her parents as well, because it's a murder unaliving. I don't know if you can say or not on YouTube. I'm not quite sure what you can say on YouTube, but the end bit of that, when they're walking up the stairs and they open her bedroom door and then it pans to the laptop. Oh no, I don't like it, but I love it. And it's, yeah, I love Midsommar. I've got a Midsommar tattoo. I'm planning on getting a whole sleeve. Well, is it a sleeve if it's on your leg? I'm basically getting a whole leg dedicated to sort of Midsommar or Ari Aster. Ari Aster, or is it Ari Aster? I don't know, but he's an amazing director or producer or whatever you call them. Midsommar and Hereditary, because they are two horror films that I absolutely adore. And when I say adore, I mean I watch them, and I make sure I watch them every Halloween. I'm planning on watching it tonight because I don't have work tomorrow, so I'm planning on watching it tonight and then watching Hereditary tonight. There's a new film as well that I'm gonna probably watch tomorrow called Stop Motion, and I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I've not read into it much, but I have heard like that it's supposed to be quite disturbing. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't watched the trailer, I haven't watched anything on it apart from one review and reading what people have wrote about it. But once again, it's one of them things that a lot of people on TikTok have talked about, and sometimes TikTok hype can be false. So we'll see. It's supposed to be really good. And then another film that I am desperate to go see, along with Terrifier number 3, is a horror film called The Substance. It's supposed to be a body horror, which I'm really excited about. And then obviously, last but not least, I'm obviously going to go and see Terrifier. I get paid on Monday, so I'm going to go next weekend if it's still out, hopefully, fingers crossed, because I've not had time to go see it, which is really gutting because I wanted to go and see it when it first came out. Saying it's just as messed up as number 2, if not more so, which I'm really excited about, which sounds really bad, but if you're an Art the Clown fan, you know, like, the films are so over the top that you can kind of laugh at them. That's what I quite like about the Terrifier series, which is a must at Halloween if you're into more gory films. Really gory, over the top, an amazing villain. Like, Art the Clown is one of my all-time favourite horror icons. He is so, like, he is genuinely iconic, which is funny because he's a horror icon, but I love him more than Jason or Michael or I don't know, Pennywise, or like he is my favourite horror icon. His mannerisms and stuff, I love them. I love him. Well, you know what I mean. With my list for Halloween, we're starting off with, as I always do, I'm going to be starting off with Midsummer and then watching Hereditary, which I plan on doing tonight. And then I will be watching, I've already watched all of the Insidious films. I've watched all of the Conjuring films. I'm about to watch Sinister 2 because I watched Sinister 1 with my best friend a couple of weeks ago. It'll be Midsummer and Hereditary, and then tomorrow it's going to be stop motion, but if I don't like stop motion I'll be watching The Last Shift and Malum. And then this weekend, because I've got work on Friday, this weekend I'll be watching probably It, but not It Chapter 2 because I don't like the remake. Like, well, the first one's obviously a remake, but I don't like It Chapter 2. I think it's rubbish. No hate to the actors or anything. I think they're all brilliant actors and actresses, but I don't like it. First, Chapter 1, with obviously Finn Wolfhard and like Wyatt Olaf and all that lot, I do quite like. I saw it, I think it came out when, was I 15 or 16 when it came out? I went to cinema to watch it, and it was the first horror film I ever got my mum to come and see with me in the cinema, and holds a very special place in my heart because of that. The cinema was full, and it was like the first big like horror that I was gonna go see in the cinema, and there was loads of people and I was buzzing because I don't have a lot of friends that are into horror, so I don't really like, before I started going to watch them by myself, I would just watch them on the telly or have to wait till they came out onto like streaming services, because I wouldn't dream of going to the cinema by myself. Now I'm pretty like not bothered. I'm going to see The Substance by myself, I'm going to see Terrifier 3 by myself, because I don't have people in my life that like films like that, and that's okay. You've got to do what makes your heart happy, and that makes my heart happy, so I'm gonna go do it. It is definitely, watch it ever since it came out, watch it every Halloween. Put a photo, because I use notes for everything, I'll probably put a photo of my notes of like my Halloween list. It's added to every year when films come out, but I found recently that there's not been very many good horror films come out, apart from, obviously I'm gonna go and see them 2 films. I went to go and see, is it Speak No Evil with that James McAvoy in, and that's brilliant and will be added to my list. James McAvoy has a special place in my heart ever since Split. I think he's a brilliant actor. He was in Shameless and he's been in loads of things, so, but he is brilliant in that, and so is the little boy and the little girl. They're both really good in it as well. Stories really like, I felt maybe other people find that they could easily tell what was going to happen, but obviously you can kind of suss out from the start that something's not quite right. It's the whole point of the film. But when it gets to the actual twist, you're a bit like, oh, that's a bit more effed up than what I originally thought, for me anyway. But that's another one that I think if you have the chance to watch it, because I don't think you would be let down. Well, hopefully not anyway. There was like a series on Amazon Prime a couple of years ago actually about The Purge, and that was pretty good. I'm not sure if it's still on there, but if you haven't watched it, I'd say give it a watch. Obviously if you like The Purge, but I just add the films onto my horror playlist because, you know, they're big and why not watch them. I really like the whole concept of the Purge. I'd never want The Purge to happen, but the concept of it's really cool in my opinion. Didn't Trump recently like say that he wanted a day that would be like The Purge or something? Or am I wrong? It was probably fake news. I don't like Trump anyway, but not to get political. And he say that he wanted like a day like the purge over in America. That's my makeup. So simple, so easy. I said I want to get more into my makeup again. I just never find the time. I have today. I usually have one day off a week, and today is that day. So another few good horror films is American Mary. I got this shirt off of someone I still hold very dear to my heart. We're not friends anymore, but that's okay. American Mary's oh my god, it's such a good film. I don't know what you can watch it on though. I'm not gonna lie, I watched it on YouTube. I know, awful of me not supporting creators, etc. But the only way I can find it without watching it on like an illegal streaming site, and I don't want to do that. But now I've done my makeup, I will stop rambling and give you the list properly. Number 1, Midsummer. Really good film if you want something that's very aesthetically pleasing, but will also that gives you that gore. Hereditary, amazing film. I think his name's Alex Wolff. Oh my god, what an amazing actor. Highly underrated. I think he was recently in A Quiet Place, the new one that came out with that Joseph Quinn. Brilliant in that as well. That's another good film. Not as good as the other Quiet Places in my opinion, but if you like Joseph Quinn, I remember the actress's name, but if you see her face, she's very recognisable. Joseph Quinn, because I'm a Stranger Things fan, but she is brilliant in it as well. Obviously Quiet Place, number 3 and 4, Quiet Place, and then number 5 would be the new Quiet Place. Malum and The Last Shift, they're both really gory, really quite creepy, lots of jump scares in them. Halloween worthy films because they are just gory, jump scare, and the storyline's pretty cool. I quite enjoy the storyline. Haunted Police Station and Gruesome Murder, what's not to love. Originals, Jason, Freddy, cool, gotta be watched. Evil Dead Rise as well. Lots of people didn't like it. I did quite like it. Not the best one, but it's the same as the one with that Emma Stone, and not a lot of people liked that one. I did. Insidious, Sinister, Conjuring, all that sort of thing. Love, 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 love. Don't recommend the Paranormal Activities. I don't know, I think that's more because I've watched them quite a bit, so I've watched them to the point where I don't like them anymore, I guess. They're still good films if you want a paranormal kick, I guess, but there is a lot better films out there. Pearl, brilliant. Oh my god, Mia Goth, I love her so much. What an insane actress. Like, she is, oh my god, she is, for me, horror in a nutshell. She is so good. Oh my god, Maxine X, Pearl, insane, such good films and highly recommend. Series wise, I like rewatching Stranger Things as well. I'm really excited for the new season coming out in 2025, but I also don't want it to come out because it's the last one, and I love Stranger Things. I've been a fan since it came out, and I'm so gutted it's ending, but I can understand why, because obviously Noah, Millie, Finn, Gaten and Caleb, and then obviously, oh my god, what's her name? Her character's my favourite as well. Sadie Sink as well, they're all like obviously adults and not kids anymore, and they want to move on to other things, which is like respectable. Obviously Sadie's doing amazing at the moment. She was in The Whale with that Brandon, is it Fraser? That's amazing. That's not a horror film, but a film that I do recommend. Quite a sad film actually. She's a phenomenal actress. She's gonna go really far. All of them are, because they're really like talented for their ages. Stranger Things is another one that I like watching around Halloween. Some Halloween films that I like as well that aren't scary at all is Paranorman, Coraline and Bridge to Terabithia. Bridge to Terabithia isn't anything to do, like obviously Coraline and Paranorman both have like horror elements that are more child friendly. Bridge to Terabithia isn't. I just love Bridge to Terabithia and always seem to watch it around autumn time. Massive fan of it. Grew up watching it. Also grew up watching Coraline. Really good films for like people that don't like horror at all. One for people that want like a really like nice cozy watch is Halloween Town. Very cheesy, very old film, and obviously Hocus Pocus is pretty, like, everyone loves Hocus Pocus, come on, be real. So they're definitely horror films and films that I recommend, and yeah, like, give them a watch. If you have stayed around listening to me absolute waffle, thank you, and I hope you have a beautiful day.